The flame will burn bright anew, and the necromancers will be the first into the fire.
We don't need to go that far. All we need is to remove these spears, and the necromancers will be left powerless.
As powerless as when they enslaved the World Heart? No, it will not suffice. They must be annihilated.
I'll track them down. The Dead Walkers will be gone. The survivors will have a chance, and Vertial will be rebuilt, little by little.
Little by little. It would take centuries, nay thousands of years for thy world to rebuild its energy. The World Heart hath not been remade whole. Thou must permit me to rejoin with mine other half.
So that you can take over and burn Vertial? No thanks. I am the most powerful being in the two worlds. I have got responsibilities.
Thou wouldst use me to reign over them, as did the necromancers. How long dost thou imagine that I shall allow thee to use me in this way?
I don't know, but you better get used to it. You were the one talking about centuries and thousands of years before our worlds can be rebuilt. And I plan on being right there to keep an eye on them. Meanwhile, do me a favor and let me enjoy this victory in silence. Do you mind?
Traveled this world and lived amongst its peoples, its elves, its humans, and I have witnessed the truth of their ilk. Vanquishing the necromancers will not suffice for them. Others will return to enslave the power of the World Heart once more. There is but one remedy, one sentence that must be passed.
No. They will have learned their lesson. They'll be able to make a fresh start.
Their world must be destroyed with flame.
Please, give them a chance. Think of those who helped us. We cannot condemn all of them.
In what way is that of concern to us? We are no longer human.
If I remove these spears, the Ice Lords will lose their power. But what will happen to Vertial?
Thy world is weary, all but extinguished. Nothing remains to be saved. It must be cleansed.
But inside me is all the power I need to regenerate my world.
At the cost of mine? Do not think it. Vertial needs the World Heart. Thou canst not sacrifice it thus.
There are still dragons, and this way the necromancers will be destroyed. The fire of the World Heart is not completely out. It will burn bright again, in time.
But without us, I forbid thee to do this. I will not die for thee.
And so ends the tragic, though nonetheless heroic tale of Vulcan Half-Demon. I confess I may have romanticized some aspects of the story, though in my defense, I shall always have something of a soft spot for our dear Vulcan. By releasing the World Heart's energy to the surface, he sacrificed himself in order to heal Vertial and bring an end to the long winter. Ill-prepared for such a powerful energy surge, the Ice Lords were instantly reduced to cinders. I can tell you, no tears were shed at that funeral. Of course, it was only a few centuries before other would-be mages attempted to follow in their footsteps, though what wonderful centuries they were. Edwin's corpse was mutilated and burned by the command of King Relmar. Such a waste. I remember being quite disappointed at his decision, as I had hoped I might be able to inhabit her body. It had been an absolute age since I was last inside a woman. To no one's great surprise, Relmar proved to be a formidable monarch. Strong, just, and loved by all. He returned a sense of pride to the elves that the war had stolen from them. The Red Scribes... really... Don't get me started on those imbeciles. Nonetheless, it would be uncouth of me not to mention how heartbroken young Sybil was by Vulcan's death. Proud to have fought alongside such a courageous companion, the beautiful young scribe lifted her head high and transformed her grief into purpose. She quickly gained the respect of her peers and was elected chief scribe shortly afterwards when Liestas died quite suddenly. Apparently, the fool succumbed after having imbibed a large quantity of a somewhat questionable nectar that he and his doctor had invented. And as for myself, well, my goodness, I fear that is an extremely long story, and you would quite literally die of boredom before I finished the telling of it. But you see, that's what I like so much about mortals. Their stories last just about the right amount of time, give or take a few decades. And then they're done. And then they come around again. One thing is certain, I have all the time in the world. So who knows? I may get to tell you other tales, if you live long enough. Toodle-pip.